It's not.
Wait for 5 minutes or?
Normally, as soon as it's dry, then you can put lotion. Now, the one thing with Renew 28, you want to cleanse your skin first. Put Renew 28, and you want to rub it in until it's dry. And then if you want to look really good, then do it again. Do it one more time. So I use Renew 28 every day. Does anybody know how old I am?
25?
68.
Wow!
I'm 49. I'm 49. But yeah, I use Renew. So men, after you shave, it's really good to use Renew 28. It's really good.
Excuse me.
It makes your skin nice. And your wife will like you a lot.
Another important question from the people who there's a lot of the patent which is registered under the company where they can get this kind of
The patent information.
not a patent moment like a backup certificate. So when the people asking us, they're asking what kind of a certificate or patent we have.
Yeah.
How many we have?
Anything company can provide all this
So there's two different kinds of patents, right? There's a patent that you hold, and there's something that's filed for a patent. Okay, so those are two separate things. Yeah. So our patents are not listed under ASEA. Okay, they're listed. We have a separate company that holds all the patents of the technology. And the reason we do that is to keep the two separate. So we control the technology with one company and all the business with another company. So that's why you don't always find our patents. And we do that on purpose.
We cannot search.
That's right. Yeah, they're separate.
But total, how many per?
How many patents?
35?
No.
30,
No.
29?
There's about 4 that we use every day.
Okay.
And they've listed about 8 additional patents.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 used every day.
Yeah, in
and
the
8.
process.
Okay.
So what's really patented is the way we make it, not the product itself. It's actually
Okay,
the
so
way
the
we make it.
35 include the way it manufactured.
Yeah, so that's total. It's probably
Totally.
been listed from the beginning. Now remember, this technology was owned by another company before ASEA,
Yes, yes.
but they couldn't make the product stable for a long period of time. So that's what ASEA came in and did. So Vertus Norton bought the technology, and then what we did is we scaled it and we turned it into a product that was safe, and then that was the rest. Okay?
After use the Renew 28, the skin feel very, very dry. In future, the product, can you put some ointment inside, something like that?
So one thing that's really good with what we do here is we develop new products, right? Okay, so come to convention in May. Is that a good enough hint?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, one more question. Can pregnant lady use Renew 28?
Sure. Now, if there's any reaction, a lot of times when somebody uses Renew 28 for the first time, if you already have dry skin, your skin's going to be kind of dry. But make sure you give it about 14 days. Okay? So has everybody seen the Renew 28 videos? Right? Have you seen the one with the woman that has a scar on her nose?
Yes.
That's my wife.
You're kidding.
So she was the first one to use Renew 28. So remember that when you see that. So if you have darker skin, or it actually works really, really good on your skin. So we found that. Renew 28, remember, is great to introduce the technology because you see the result. With ASEA, you don't always get that result right away. So people have to be committed for 90 days to take the product. And what they want to look for is changes in their sleep, changes in the way they feel, how many times they use the restroom, all those different things. That's what you're going to look for. Like for me, it's muscle soreness. I can work out more often. I can have energy. I've traveled all over the world and I don't get sick. Okay, so that's for me. That might be different for you. It's the same thing with Renew 28. Everybody's skin's a little bit different, but make sure they use it for at least 14 days. And then they're going to start to see a result.
Some people say help the hair.
I don't know, it didn't help my hair.
Spray on it.
Yeah, so I spray, put it on, stays the same. I think for some people, yeah, it says
Yeah,
it
some
helps
people
their
say
hair. Okay, so let's move on over here. Okay, so once we get finished product, this is all product that's ready to ship. The nice thing is in a standard week like this, most of our products There's 144 cases of ASEA on one pallet. Okay, in the United States, we ship from Salt Lake City for West Coast, Memphis, Tennessee for the East Coast. So you should get your orders within 3 to 4 days maximum of the time it processes. Remember, if you live in the U.S., you have the best shipping in the whole world. Okay, quickest. You have the least amount of damage. UPS drivers are very good. People don't steal things from your porch, right, from the front of your house. That's not the same in some of the other countries that we ship to. So in a lot of places in Europe, a lot of people live in apartments and they don't even deliver to the apartment. They have to actually go to a shipping center and pick it up. So if you live in the U.S., you have the best shipping. If you have shipping damage, you got to make sure you call our associate support team and let them know, because then we file the claim. We replace your product, you're in good shape. If you ever have a manufacturing defect, like the cap was broken or like the bottle leaked, you got to make sure you call us so we know. Because I know what we do is we make sure that all the processes are going correct. Okay? It's no problem to replace defective product. We don't have it very often, but if you ever experience that, no problem. We want customers to be very satisfied with what they're getting.
One more question.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about sodium, how are you going to tell the people the applications?
Okay, so what?
You know, the doctor, you know what the doctor tell them, right?
So yeah, in a dosage of ASEA, 2 ounces, it has as much sodium as 3 carats. Okay, so it's a very low amount. What they use. Now remember, it doesn't have salt in it. It has sodium. So what happens? You have sodium chloride. It goes through a chemical process with electricity, and then the sodium and the chloride are split in half. So it's a super, super low amount. Now, if somebody already has high blood pressure, it's not uncommon for their blood pressure to get higher when they first take ASEA. It's not uncommon at all, because what's happening? Their body is starting to get in balance.
So you want to factor in a long time. Right?
Yeah, so maybe 2 or 3 days, but instead of 2 ounces, 1 ounce. Okay, so sometimes that's really the #1 thing we hear from people that already have high blood pressure. Is that their blood pressure was elevated when they took ASEA. That's actually a good time. That's actually good. That means something good is happening in your body. But the sodium content is so very low. So very low. And it does not, it actually will help them tremendously if they stay on the product. So
did anybody complain?
We actually have a few people that will call in and say that their blood pressure got higher, but it's only at the very first time they took the product.
They drink lots of water. That helps immensely.
Make sure they're taking their water, drinking lots of water, and make sure that maybe instead of 2 ounces, you start with 1.
Yeah.
Okay, especially somebody's in really poor health, it's not uncommon for them to get sick or nauseous when they take ASEA the first time. Because what's happening? Your body's starting to detoxify.
You mean they got diarrhea?
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah. Because there's changes that are going on in your body. Any cells that haven't been communicating correctly, they're going to start communicating. So things are going to happen with your body. For me, the first time I took ASEA, I noticed the very next day I wasn't sore after my weight workout. So I noticed that right away.
That was the hard part. You know, every time when you want to tell about it, when you sell the product, they say, well, the sea salt.
Yeah, it doesn't have sea salt, right?
So when you tell them, you know, it's kind of, you know, sodium. Oh man, everybody got
so
it.
everybody's going to say that. But what you want to do is just make sure that they're committed to trying it and start them out on a very small dose. And
Yeah. My blood pressure. The first day I drink 4 on, second day I drink 4 on, the third day
These
I
two
drink
look
6
better than the follow the doctor's order.
Went down.
The thing is their kidneys can.
See, it's not uncommon for that to happen.
What I mean is the
The
doctor
4th day
prescribed.
I go back
The doctor
to
can
1.
prescribe this, yes.
They
Absolutely.
should go back to 1.
Absolutely.
They used to have to take the pill.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you don't go off your medication. You stay on it while you take ASEA. And because ASEA will work no matter what you're taking.
How you feel.
Yeah, and then you gradually take down your
But you cannot stop it unless you ask the doctor.
Okay, so the question was, why do people taste it differently? Why would you think that ASEA tastes like a swimming pool?
Yes.
Because that's the only thing you've ever experienced that you can compare that taste to.
'cause I have
There's
to-
no chlorine in the product, right?
No.
You know when the people get
So the only thing you've ever experienced that smells like that is probably a swimming pool.
Absolutely.
And so that's what you think. And it's not what you taste, it's what you smell. So when you taste something, about 60% is coming from your nose.
Nose, right.
So that's why women, they always can smell things better. They have a better sense of smell and taste. The men, we don't care. We just drink it, it's okay. But especially with women, yeah. So yeah, it's actually what you smell. So if you don't like the way it smells, yeah, hold your nose. Or the other thing is, if you have a pouch instead of a bottle, it doesn't smell.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That
So if you have a person,
Yeah, why that the difference?
because the pouch is not as thick as the bottle, and so it actually allows the vapors to escape. And so by the time you drink it out of the pouch,
So
you don't
different,
smell
yes.
it. Yeah.
But after we drink, maybe some people it's 5 days, 2 weeks, or a month.
They don't taste
the
it
taste-
anymore.
yeah.
That's
The
right.
taste goes.
You get usual?
I don't think you get used to it. It's like when I drink it personally,
Because you balance it?
I think it's because you just don't notice it anymore. So like with me, I look forward to drinking the product as soon as I'm finished working out.
I
And it's
think
like
it-
my body craves
yeah.
it. It's the reward for doing the exercise. And then my body knows that my muscles are going